as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I am back for another crafty video. Today, we are going to make something that I started. Now, I started it without you, but I didn't mean to. I started it and thought I'd press record and I hadn't. So anyway, I've got this far. So all I've done, I have done some stuff off camera that I was going to do off camera anyway, but I'll come to that in a minute. I have taken a piece of 6x6 card and I have scored it into three even, so that it kind of doesn't quite fully, overlap. So I think this is 4 inch, this is 4 and an eighth, and then this is just a bit bigger. This is just what was left on the 12. Let's just see. I don't know what I scored it into. Yeah, 4, and then this one was scored on the 8-inch line, and then this was whatever was left, which is, oh no, sorry, this was scored on the 8¼ inch line. So this makes it, so this is, should we try again? Take 903. Okay, so this is 4 inches wide. This is 4¼ wide. And then this is, rushing to measure, 3 7/8 wide. I don't know, just felt like that. So that's as far as I got. Like I say, I did make some stuff off camera. Now I might, depending on how fancy schmancy and how much memory I have, I might insert a finished image, and if I do, that will be here. And if I don't, it won't. So anyway, I had a dream about this. I'm actually making my dream. I had a real weird dream. I've had a few weird dreams over the last few days. I've been in a lot of pain, and apparently chronic pain can cause you to have all sorts of different dreams and nightmares and all sorts of things. I had a very strange, I've had a few strange dreams this week, but a strange dream last night. And I dreamt about making this that we're going to make today. Don't ask me why I'm dreaming about making stuff in my sleep. But we're going to make a criminal record. Okay? So what I did was I sat and typed out a few things. So I've got a plan of how I want it to look. I want it to have like a little introduction card here, a little card about person specification, and then I want it to have a fingerprint record. So that's what I'm planning to do, and then it'll kind of fold up. I don't know how it'll fold up. It's going to fold up somehow. Like that, maybe. I don't know. Or the other way around. Maybe that way round. Yeah, anyway, so whatever. It's going to fold up. And they're the little inserts. Now, how did I do those? Well, of course, when one person has a typewriter, I don't have one typewriter. I have a few now. But I've got my little typewriter out. And I typed it. I love this typewriter. Beautiful colour. There's quite a few Audi cars these days that are made this colour. My partner drives an Audi. I won't drive an Audi because I'm not an idiot. But well, Audi drivers don't tend to not have any indicators or any idea where they're going. No offence, Vic. But anyway. And apologies if I've just offended you. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to kind of make this up. I've got some crazy ideas. Now, the other thing I did off camera was I made some fingerprints. So I've literally made these fingerprints and stuck them onto gloves. And these have been made. This is like, you're going to think I'm mad now. But what I did was I put Mod Podge, a thin layer of Mod Podge on my fingers, and let it set, and let it dry. I actually did it on my left hand so that I could get on with stuff. And I kind of hair dried it. I didn't use a heat gun because that's really too hot to put on your skin, so I used a hair dryer to kind of speed up the process. And then I put another layer on and then let that set, and that was just to give it a bit of thickness, a bit more thickness, that's the word. a bit of thickness, yes. And then what I did was then I got some of my latex gloves. Well, they're not latex, but they're violet. They're not violet. What are they called? Vinyl. Couldn't think of that word. Gloves, and then put a sticky layer on my gloves. Let that dry, well, kind of dry to a tacky thing, and then peeled, and then stuck my fingers together like this and rolled it off onto the glove. And that's what I did for my thumbs as well. So that's what I've done. They've kind of turned out quite good. The reason I did that, yes, I know I've got thumbs and fingers. I can do those prints myself. But the thing is, I then have to go round with stain on my fingers, and I didn't want to get in that mess. So that's what I did off camera. Okay, so I hadn't planned to do any of that on camera. And I hadn't planned to do any of that on camera. I think typing that might have been a bit too much pressure. I might type the front bit, you know, the card or whatever, the index reference or whatever. But I'm going to like kind of just make this and just want to make it look old. So first of all, we're going to age it. So yeah, so I'm sorry that kind of happened. Things like that do happen. It's part and parcel of being a YouTube creator. It's, you know full well that these best laid plans of mice and men. Oh, don't you dare. I say don't you dare, but it already has. So let's have a look. Let's just get some colours out. Where's my vintage photo? It's there. That's the one. So what shall I go for? So I'll start with a bit of this, and so these are going to sit on these panels. So I'm not going to completely colour these panels, but I want to kind of just do the edges first. So yeah, I've had a bit of writer's block, and I wonder if that's my dreams have been kind of trying to assist me with my writer's block. You know, when you look back and you think how many videos I've made, I don't know, I'll tell you in a minute. According to YouTube, I have 808 videos. So when you've done 808 videos, I guess you are going to kind of start getting to the point where it gets a bit challenging to come up with new and interesting ideas. Why is there a bit of gilding flake there? So, you know, I don't put myself under any pressure because I know that, well, I don't. I try not to put myself under any pressure because I know that it's bound to happen. I can't be the only one that suffers with writer's block. I mean, you know, I'm not a writer, but the white page syndrome, you know, that blank page when you're looking at your projects and think, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. So yeah, it's a challenge as well, because like I know that I have to make 3 videos a week, and having that kind of looming can also be a difficulty, right? So this I'm going to put just around the edges, that the outside edges, not the folds. I don't know whether you're going to actually see any of this, but it's for my benefit anyway. Also, you know, when you have writer's block, you start to doubt yourself, start then to catastrophize. Well, I certainly do. I don't know other people. I'm sure other people are better at bouncing back than I am. But just the way it is, isn't it? So, what I think I might do is I might take advantage of the mess on the desk. So I've got a bit of juiciness on the desk, and I might just take advantage of that with something. Do I have something, a little wheelie thing? Oh, a wiggly thing. I don't know what I'm looking for. A snake? I don't know. Something, a paintbrush. Maybe just a paintbrush, just to kind of just mix it all in, so it's not just big splodges. And I think I might just use that to kind of just pick up some dirt off the counter, off the mat, just because it just adds a bit of age to it, doesn't it? So there you go. Might as well use it. Just don't want to get my fingers in, not fingers, I don't want it to be like a handprint on the, or be shaped like a handprint. Maybe a bit more. So yeah, I haven't used my typewriter for ages. So I think I can't really remember all of my dream. I know I was making this. I know something went wrong. I think a shelf fell off. I hope that's not a foreboding warning of something looming in my future. Yeah, so I hope it's not something like impending doom. Well, there's only one way to find out, though, isn't there? So, just keep making until it happens. So, please don't fall off. Please don't fall off. I don't know how much good that will be. I'm manifesting. I don't know. I'm not manifesting. Manifesting is envisaging something that's going to happen. So I'm not manifesting. I'm counter manifesting. I don't know what I'm talking about. Shut up, Dave. So, anyway, so again, I'm just going to kind of ink around it and kind of make it kind of grungy looking. I don't mind what colour it turns out, really. I just want it to be something. I might splash it with a bit of colour. I'm playing, basically, today. It's not necessarily I know where I'm going with this. It's in my mind. It's probably trapped in there with a whole load of other things that goes on in my mind. So yeah, we're just going to kind of make it until, fake it till we make it. That's what we're doing today. So anyway, we'll see what it kind of turns out with. I really like that, how that's kind of turned out already. I might get it wet again in a minute and just see where that takes us. But I like the mottliness of it. I want it to look old. That's one thing I definitely want. So I want to make sure that my edges kind of look old and maybe a bit not frayed. You know, when the lamination comes apart and it starts to delaminate. So that's definitely something that I've kind of got in my head that I'd like it to look like. But you know, I like starting with a bit of craft card, because I always think craft card really does lend itself to looking old. Looking a bit, tends to go mottly, and I like the surface it has. It's got almost like a kind of moleskin feel to it. Poor moles. I've never felt a mole, so I don't know what a moleskin feels like. So, but let's pick up some of this colour again. I don't think I'm going to mix it this time. I'm just going to kind of just dab it in. And because my ink on my card is also wet, so it's not, I haven't left it to dry, it should kind of make that bleed a little. And I realise that I'm going to have to dry it, and it'll go crinkly again. I don't mind that. Okay. Ooh, that looks good like that. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's dry. Let's try. When it's dry. So, it's looking beautiful. I think it's got, like, there's more potential there. I think we might go in with a bit of a dark colour. Now, this could go one of two ways. It could go really well or really badly. But we've got to try, because we can't be afraid of these things. This is where writer's block comes in. Writer's block is procrastination, because it's some of it's like almost like a fear of failure, and sometimes it's just something that happens. It's just, I'm not saying that if you get writer's block it's because you're fearing failure, but for me it often happens. It's because I'm scared of how things might turn out if I do, and what if it doesn't go right. That's what it is. I think really today is really helping me kind of analyse where I am. I think a lot of what I do is I'm scared that I will let you guys down. If it doesn't turn out well, or it doesn't go the way that you'd like it to, I feel like that. Sometimes I feel that weight on me, that almost like I'm the expert, which I'm certainly not. I'm telling you now, I certainly don't believe I am. And I know a lot of people watch craft. I know why I watch craft, so I'm saying this again from my perspective, but I know that I watch craft sometimes because I'm lacking the inspiration, or I'm lacking the confidence to make, and so I'll watch somebody else as a way to kind of offset that. Now it's gone very dark, but I think we need to go here in order to know where we went wrong. So let's get this. I really want a new spray bottle. I think I could treat myself to one of them, don't you? I don't think that would be too costly exercise to buy myself. I have been very good up to now. I mean, like, we're only in May. It's the 25th of May, Sunday the 25th of May for me. And I haven't. Oh my gosh, that is delightful. Delicious and lovely and delightful. Let's see if right, let's move them out of the way, because they're just going to get covered, aren't they? You can see it happening. I can see it happening. So this is almost going a bit like, when you make faux leather from this card, this is almost where we're going now with the colouring on this. In fact, I might just pick some of that up on the inside. I don't want to touch the outside too much, because you do tend to get like little fingerprints of where you've been touching. So I could do with holding it down with something else that's not a fingerprint. And whilst we want fingerprints on it, see, look where my fingers have gone. There's little dots that appear. Maybe just do this and then kind of smoosh those out of the way. There we go. Clean up in aisle 5. So yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I tend to watch people when I'm kind of struggling for ideas. I think I'm going to have to get Mavis in. There we go. Mavis always to the rescue. You calling a moron. The old jokes. Always the best. Well, I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're the old jokes. They're here. What have we got? Ground espresso. Where is my walnut twig? Walnut twig. Gathered twig, not walnut twig. Dave, shut up, Dave. Like, talking to people like you know what you're talking about when it's clear that you do not. So I'm gonna put a bit of this kind of over the surface, and then we're gonna maybe just wet it. I'm going to go in middly bits, going directly onto the card not coming in from the side. You know, there's nothing to stop us doing a bit on the side. A bit on the side. I beg your pardon. I do not have a bit on the side. Don't have the time or the energy, to be fair. And anyway, I've got my lovely Vic, so shut up, David. Just making things a lot worse than they were. So okay, I'm just gonna go in with a direct smoosh now. The direct smoosh. It's a technique, and you heard it here first. The direct smoosh. Maybe the ink's getting to me. I don't know. So let's go in with a bit of a direct. Oh, this is just terrible, isn't it? This thing. I mean, it's good for the fact that we're getting some nice big globules from it, but not necessarily from the point of view of getting a nice spray. So what am I going to do? I'm going to get some of this and maybe just pull up some of that. I've got too much water sat on the surface that way. And then, although having said that, I'm going to put some more on now. Moron? Who are you calling a moron? Stop saying that, Dave. Nobody thinks it's funny anymore. No, that doesn't dry out. No, that doesn't dry either. What the hell? What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. That. Dark. I want to warm it back up again, and I think we can only do that maybe with a bit of brush corduroy and make it look a little bit more. It's got more of a orangey tinge. Now I know there's lots of layers on here, and this is maybe a bit much for you guys, but it's fine for me. I'm happy. And if you're happy and you know it, you should clap your hands. Maybe once I've dried this, should we put some more colour, more on here? Come on. Maybe smoosh it this time. Smoosh it on there. So it's definitely turning into the when I've made that faux leather. But I do like the way that it's kind of creeping in from the sides on the inside as well. And I wanted to warm that tone back up again because it's starting to go very cool in tone. I don't know whether this has done it, and if it hasn't, I might put some yellow in it. Okay, I think I'm just going to do one more layer now. I'm going to use some spice marmalade. Although I've got rusty hinge, I'm going to use some spice marmalade because I'm not so worried about putting this over the surface of here as I am with the rusty hinge. And this is just to make it just warm this tone back up again, because whilst it is looking better than it did, it's not looking as good as it could. So it's really starting to get frayed on the spine, so I do need to be careful, but I'm also enjoying the fact that it's doing that. I think I might need a new pad for rusty. Not rusty, what's it called? Oh no, it is coming out. Look at my fingers. It's a bank holiday Monday tomorrow, so the 26th of May in the UK is a bank holiday. So public holiday, that's what bank holiday is. It means I don't have to go to work, which is good. Really good job when your fingers look like mine do. Look at how that's kind of splitting. It's almost got like a natural split to it as well, which I like. Maybe I should just wipe a bit of rust hinge over. I might regret this. The only reason I'm saying that is because this has got a lot more pigment in it, and I'm just going over the very top, not smooshing down like I did on that one. And I might just put a little bit on there. Oh, I'll say a little bit, and then go and put a massive bit in the middle. Oh. Try that again, Dave. So, got a bit of scattered straw. There we go. Put some of that in as well. Okay, so let's get this on here. We'll take advantage of picking this up as well. What's going on with you? Stop it. Since I broke it, I dropped it and I broke it. So it used to be really good. It was one of the, it was a, what are they called? Them people that do the stuff that I don't have. Hairdresser. It's what hairdressers. It's a hairdresser's one. So. Oh dear. Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to say I don't know why, how my brain doesn't work, but I don't know why. It doesn't work. It just doesn't. Okay, let's soak the rest up on this, especially in those kind of edges. Okay, all smooshing. Put some of this on directly on here. Try doing it this way then. It's not gonna. Oh, come on, that's driving me insane. Okay. So I think that's okay now. Okay, what we do want to just do is kind of just flatten it out a little bit while it's warm. Cool, so that's how it's look. Oh, look at that. I don't know whether you guys can really appreciate that. I don't know whether that's going to help you. But that, to me, is just beautiful. So, yes, so I'm really happy with that. So now, should we try again? It might be worth giving it a go, giving it a shot, trying again. So we're going to just make some colour on the edge of this. Now I don't have to do too much because it is already, I used some tea dyed paper. I don't know whether it was tea dyed or it might have been coffee dyed, one of the two. Don't want it to look too regular. Let's get this, and I think brushed corduroy, because again it's that warm tone that's going to pick up like it's been discoloured from the thing it's in. So, oh, one thing I do want to do, and I'm not sure they'll go through on their own, so I'll do them together, is I want to just clip the corners so they are rounded, and I need a few layers to do that, I think. Just a nice little shallow one, that's fine. Yep, that's nice. Again then on this corner. This corner. I don't know whether that's actually lined up there. Oh no, it is. And then finally this corner. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Now I can start to colour it. So happy now. Like I say, I just want it to look like it's stained a little from what it's on. That's why I'm just going around the edge of this. A little bit darker in some places than others. So that is going to go in there. this is going to go there. So this one says I'm going to have it darker top and bottom because it's the inner one. It's going to get less staining down the sides. This is my brain just overthinking. This is just me being how my logic works. That's that. So yeah, so what that one is, this one. So this one says Crown I'll try again. Should we do that again? Hang on, let me just have a drink. Sorry, I get very dry talking all the time. So this one says Crown Prosecution Department, Falconshire and District Police. Now Falconshire is a completely made up place. Official police record. Name Ambrose Clarence Painswick. Age 32. Some overtyping because I wanted it to look old, and also I'm capable of making mistakes. Yeah, I made a mistake. 14 the Cobble, so address 14 the Cobbles, Crumbleton or Crumbletown, but in English dialect you pronounce it Crumbleton, and Falconshire, and again it's shire. So if it's got SHIRE on the end, it's usually shire. So if it's Warwickshire, it's not Warwick, by the way. I come from Warwickshire, so it's not Warwickshire, it's Warwickshire. Crime: aggravated burglary, assault, petty theft, and battery. Sentence to be determined by Crown Prosecution Department. So again, it hasn't been decided. Date of hearing 23rd of June 1920. And so that's what that one says. This one says Falconshire and District Police. Person specifications: height, and then he's 5 foot 11.5 inches. Weight is 14 stone 3 pounds. So that says 0.3 pounds. Distinguishing features, by the way, stone. I know that there aren't many people. Apparently it's peculiar to the UK that we used stone. I tend to weigh myself in kilograms these days, but stone used to be our imperial measurement, a stone. So if I can't remember how many stone I was, and I'm definitely not going to tell you anyway, even if I could. A stone is 14 pounds. So there you go. Distinguishing features: 1 extra toe on right foot. This made me laugh. Tattoo of mermaid on back of neck, 4-inch scar on left bicep. Officer, so this is the booking officer. This is JP Flinchard, and its signature. So I'll put a wet signature in there. Then it says insert photo of offender, and then we've got a date, and it's got something of the something 19, because it was 1920, and they would have pre-written the first bit because you didn't have to write that every time. And then we've got this piece, which is the fingerprint record, and we've got right hand and left hand, and then we've got thumb, first, second, third, and fourth. Thumb, first, second, third, and fourth of the left hand. So that's me. So that's what I was. That's what I was doing. Oh no! Which way around am I going to put it in? That way round. So I don't know. I've never seen a criminal record, so he says, No, I haven't. I mean, I certainly don't think they look like this anymore. Well, I would hope not. I mean, I know the UK police are underfunded, but it's a bit sad if this is what our police records look like. So yeah. So then I'm going to stick these in, and then we'll kind of carry on colouring. That sounds like a film. So that's going to go in there. That's going to go on there. Oh, I've got a photo as well. So this is the photo. So I just asked an AI generator to create me a photo of a criminal, a make-believe criminal. Told them that his name was Ambrose, and this is the picture. Told it how old I thought it was, and this is the picture it gave me. So that's going to go on there, and I thought we'd have some kind of maybe a stamp over the top, or something else to kind of, validate it, etc. We'll obviously have a wet signature on there, a wet signature, although today everything has been wet. If it wasn't wet before, it is now. And then we're going to have fingerprints on here. So let's do the fingerprints first. So I'm going to put this glove on because it will just help me apply these fingerprints. I'm going to get this black. Now I know it doesn't print perfectly, so these are my fingerprints. So I'm going to do them all the same with the same finger. I know that they're not, but I'm gonna do like they do in the movies, and they roll it, and then there's going to be another one. It's going to be rolled, and then we're going to do another one, maybe rolling just the tip. Yeah, and then we've got the little finger, so we're just going to go bleep. And then we've got the thumb, so we're going to put the thumb, and we're going to go thumb. There you go. And then we're going to do that again, maybe just stretch it a little bit and so if we can make it look a little bit different. I don't know whether we can, but thumb does look a little bit different, doesn't it? We'll do the same with the finger. Just stretch it a bit. It does have some lines in it, I don't know why, but so we're going to go first. Second. Well, that's better. That's a really good one. Third. He's got lacerations, the same lacerations on all of his fingers. And then fourth. There we go. But anyway, it's how else would I have done it? I mean, I was worried about getting inky fingers. But it's different, isn't it? I mean, like that washes out fairly quickly. And by the morning it's kind of like come off, or at least toned down. This would have just been like this for days, so that's the reason why I did it like that. Well, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it, so that's useful. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just sat here and had to play. I did initially do much thicker, and I used matte medium to do it, and I put a thick layer on, thinking I could pull it off and use it like a rubber stamp style thing, like stick it to an acrylic block, but it didn't work out. Even drying it with a hairdryer just was taking ages to dry, and then what happens is you kind of form a skin over the surface, and it's dry on the surface, but the thing that's touching your finger, where the fingerprint is still wet. So anyway, that's why I did it like that. So, but anyway, I don't think that's too bad. I think that looks quite good. What I did think about doing is I might have a little bit of we'll do of this wet signature, and I thought about, if we do it in blue, I might have a bit of blue blob. So let's just make sure this is working. Yeah. There we go. Don't know what it says. Doesn't need to say anything, does it? So I thought then if we did that and we had a bit of a blue blob, a blob of blue, a blue of blob, an eye of newt, wing of bat, I don't know, one of them. So I could do with something I never have around me. I always need something that I don't have. It's always the way, isn't it? Just bear with. Right, I've got a couple of things. So this is, I like this because I can make big splashes, but I don't know whether I want a big splash. Let's just take that out of the way and get something else, something I can make a big splash on, so I can show you what I mean. I need some paper that I can make some splashes on. Use this. So this is great for doing things like big splashes like that. But I think it's too big for there. It's also, for some reason, that's kind of gone a little bit. It's not as bright blue as it used to be. So then I've got this, which is alcohol ink. Oh, you see, that's much more indigo blue, but the little blob is not a splash. So I wondered if we could then make it that we use this and create a splash. No, no, but we could just put some random dots on, couldn't we? Just want it to look a little bit like it wasn't a perfect wet print, and it's kind of maybe smudged a bit. There you go, that's fine. I think it's fine. There you go, I've just messed it up a bit, I think. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. It's not really the way I wanted it to look, but it's fine. I don't want to touch that because you'll end up with that on your fingers, Dave. Don't touch that. Stick that on there and it'll fall off. Right, so because I can't make that bleed unless I've got some alcohol ink. Maybe if I drink some alcohol I could do with. My mouth is very dry again. No, I think I'm going to leave it for now. Do I want to leave it for now? I don't want to leave it for now, do I? I'd like it to be a bit more bleedy than that. Right, okay, back in a minute. Aren't I lucky I found some alcohol ink? Let's see if we can make this spray. Oh. I wanted to see if I could make it move, but I don't think I can. Is that going to dry? I don't know. Is it going to make any of it move? No. Have you just messed it up, Dave? I don't know, but we'll soon see. We have to play. Oh, it is kind of moving. Oh, it's actually calmed that down that I put extra that I put on, which is helpful. But I'd like it to dry now. That's cool. Let's put it on here. Let's hope it doesn't. Oh, what the heck? These are stuck together. Bit of glue. What can you do? It's a bit of glue. So let's dry this off and hope it doesn't catch fire. Oh, there you go. It's dry. It has dried. It's fine. There we go. Oh, now there's alcohol fumes on the desk. That's fine. It's kind of gone a bit smudgy. We like it. So let's put this on here, and then we can ink a bit more. But let's glue it down with something. Do I want to kind of glue the bulk down with maybe some stick glue? And where's my glue books? Where are you? Are you there? So I'm thinking I put no. try that again. Put this on the majority of it. And then stick this around the edges so that I know that it sticks down. That way then I shouldn't get it blistering in the middle. We just need to be careful if we dry, if we kind of like use any heat on it, because it will just buckle it. That is way too much sticking out of there. Other reason for using that glue is you get a bit of wiggle time with it if you do it like that. So that's his record bit. And we'll stick this bit down. Well, obviously I won't forget to put his photo on, but I'll put that on afterwards. The good beauty of those photos, it's one of my little, I don't know whether I told you, but it's one of my little prints on a zinc cartridge. It's zero ink. It's a zero ink printer. It's a Kodak zero ink printer, and I absolutely love it. Again, another thing that Vic bought me one Christmas, I believe. He's very good at buying little quirky, crafty things that he knows that I will utilise in my crafty world. He's very good, actually, so he's very supportive of my craft. So then pop that in there. I'm just hoping I've printed that on the right page. I don't think I have. Oh well, I'm going to have to make that smaller then. Or I could have stuck it in the middle, I guess. But no, we're going to do it this way, and we're just going to make it smaller. So yeah, that's fine. We'll make it smaller. You know, these things are sent to try us. But we are bigger and better than they are, so just do that. It's almost cut that off, but hey, again, it adds to the authenticity, isn't it? And let's just hope this is not going to chew this corner. Well, like that. Just like that. Like, let's hope it doesn't do that. Okay, it'll do it. We knew that would happen. So on there. Now let's do it. No chewing. Cool, excellent. Well done. And then that one there. Come on, go in. Oh, come on. Good. No, still chewed it. Goodness me, you're just going to try me today, aren't you? Try again. Do you know what? I'm just going to use a pair of scissors at this rate. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then this is going to go on here. Just want to make sure it fits. It does. Might take a tiny bit off that. Do I want to take a tiny bit off the bottom? No, I don't think I am. I'm just going to leave it like that. It just wants to steer clear of there, which it does. That's fine. So, put this. Get this covered in glue. And just the edges that I kind of worry about on this, because it's not really great glue for sticking stuff like this down, especially after you've changed the texture of surfaces, and it's all gone a bit like fibrous underneath. There we go. Let's move that glue book out the way for a minute. Okay, so this is going to fold like that, I think. So let's get, what's his name? Forgotten his name. Ambrose. Let's get him back into the picture. So we'll put a date on here. So when's his hearing? That's the 23rd of June. So we'll have it as, I don't know, 17th of May. So I'm just doing it in a UK date format, because that's ours, which is day, month, year. Okay, I think we might chomp his corners, just give it a bit more of a feel to it. Probably not very authentic for the time, but yeah, it definitely makes it feel better from me. So this sticks itself, so it does have a sticky back on it. Peel that off. Let's get that somewhat in the middle. There we go. And then I think what we might do is, let's go for, sorry, I'm just reaching across the camera, get the instrument of torture out, and what do we have here? So preliminary, no. Draft, no. It's not really appropriate. What else have we got? Certified, what's that one say? Certified true copy or file copy? Let's have maybe file copy. Okay. Don't know how this prints. It's alright, it's printing fine. Let's see if we go file copy there. Yep, good, we like that. Don't know how it'll dry. Might give it a bit of a zhuzh. I won't put my finger on it just in case it's not dry. Okay, and then what we thought we'd do is we would mark it in some way, like perforate it. And then kind of just gives it, I think, makes it look a little bit more authentic. A bit of perforation through it. So this is my instrument of torture, as most of you have seen. I have to keep that away from myself because it could go all horribly wrong. So yeah, that just kind of, I don't know, does it add something? I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to unify these two colours now with one ink. You can tell I've been heating this mat. It's kind of going a bit warped. I'll have to buy myself a new one. Oh no, we're going to use brushed corduroy. And just to tie these together. Might go for a bit of, try and get that a bit split in that corner. Don't try this at home. I am a trained professional. Not. But, you know, don't try it at home. Just because I've tried it doesn't mean to say you can. Just trying to split the lamination of the layers. There we go. Don't think there's another layer to delaminate, so I think I'll just stick to that. We do want to make sure it's inky inside, because otherwise it'll look ridiculous. That it's remained clean. Could do that, I think. Otherwise it's going to look too horrible for me. There we go, that's better. Yeah, it's just kind of ties in that edge colour for me. Now I know that that edge is going to look more dirty than this edge because this one's on the inside, so I'm happy for that to be a dirtier edge. Again, like I say, this is just my way that I process things. How I kind of recreate the old. So happy for it to be a bit darker on that edge, but not too much. There we go. So I do think it needs something on the front of it. Maybe maybe we have something along this edge here, as though it went in a file record like that. So we could do it. Oh, let's do it. Should we do it in a? So right. I might type right. Okay. So. Like, don't expect miracles. I am a 2-finger typer, and it doesn't get any better than that. So I've got 2 very good typing fingers. Why should I use any more? I can't touch type. That's for a start. And also, I'm terrible on a typewriter because they're just so. Ow! I'm used to a soft touch keyboard. This certainly is not that. Okay. Let's type it. What should we use? Maybe a different coloured piece of record card paper. Use this actually as card rather than paper. No, we're not going to use that. Just thought about it with the paper that I've got. So, probably going to use this. I'm going to use that bit there. I know it's lined paper and we're not using lines, but well, I am using the lines. I'm using them to cut on. That was not a very good cut, was it? No, you went completely off the line. So What? That's why. Is it straight? No. Is it straighter? Yes. Straight? No. Oh no, that's still not locked in. There you go. Right. Make it straight, Dave. Ish. Cool. And then okay, so we are going to have it say in black. I can't remember what I said his name was now. Go back, do that. We'll go, we'll do it in black. AMBROSE ARENSWICK. Painswick. We'll leave that. In fact, we'll just take that out now. And we will, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So let's put that back into the middle. Take the shift lock off. Pop it back in its bed. And so that was an old typewriter that I bought off the internet. But then I bought the thing. I bought a ribbon for it. The thing, you see. And that's what we did. So, you know, it's nice to that touch of authenticity. I mean, I know I could have used a computer to make it, and you can get fonts that have got that effect, but so we're going to use this random number generator. Let's just move it on a few times so it just creates right. Okay, let's see where it's going to print. Oh, it's the wrong way up. There we go. Good job we checked. Where is it going to go? Okay, so it could have done with having another number over here. So let's do that might. Oh no, it went in the right place. Oh my gosh, could that have worked out any better? No. So, and then we're going to have I really should stop buying these things. Every time one of these things comes up on Tinternet for sale, I have to buy one. I'm hoping this. Oh, I don't know whether that's going to do what I want it to do. So I want it to cover up the private bit, and I'll just have confidential. Maybe I'd be better with something stuck over the top. Right. Let's cover that bit up. And I don't need that now. Just going to have that on there, confidential. Oh, perfect! Oh my gosh, it's almost like it was planned. It wasn't, but it was almost like it was. And then we're going to have that on there. I'm just going to ink the end of that because it's too white looking. I will ink around the edge of this. Probably doesn't need it, but I will do it anyway. Bit of a finger smudge. Great. We'll pop that on there. Oh my gosh, that is like, oh, amazing. Yeah, I keep buying these things. Every time I see one that I don't have on eBay, I get very excited and think, oh, I'll buy another one of those. I'd really love a top secret stamp, but I don't have one of them, so they don't come up very often. And also you can buy ones that are like new versions, but they just look really, they don't look real, because they're not. So let me just smoosh that out so it doesn't all squeeze out. Pop that in on there. This way a bit, there we go. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look dreamy? Okay, so does it need something to kind of hold it down with? I don't really want to put anything on there. I don't know whether it does, you know. I think that's enough. Maybe it could have had something there, but also then maybe it didn't need it, because maybe that's what it's there for. So this is my whole backstory, is that, you know, some officers will just take it out, have a look at who this person is, blah blah blah, but then they just need to do the identification bit. Only some officers need that. So there we go. That's that. So that's my little criminal record thing that I absolutely love. And do you know, that went from being I don't know what I'm doing to this is amazing. And I'm telling you now, that can happen to you too. So when you sat there thinking I don't have any idea what to do, make something, because you make something and you never know, it might turn into something amazing. It might not, but if it doesn't, that's fine. But you've done something. You haven't just gone, I've thrown the towel in, I can't do it. So I hope that has kind of helped you. I hope that's kind of inspired you. I hope you feel better like I feel better. And you might want to make one of them. So, and if you do, don't forget to tag me. If you want to tag me, it's @ofdave1. So it's the @ @ofdave1, and that will tag me, and I will find it, and I will come and have a look, and I will comment and share and all of those good things. But there you go. So that's today's video. Thank you for watching. My name is @ofdave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. I'm going to go and wash my hands now. Looks like I've got a terrible tan. All right then. Take care, folks. See you soon. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.